We are Hoop Central, and this is our list of some NBA records that we believe will never be broken. The NBA is a treasure trove of incredible feats, jaw-dropping moments, and records that seem almost too wild to be true. Let's dive into some of the most fascinating and obscure NBA records that stand as testaments to the league's rich history of chaos, brilliance, and sheer unpredictability. Rasheed Wallace with the fastest ejection in NBA history. On December 2nd, 2012, Rasheed Wallace, then playing for the New York Knicks, was ejected just 1 minute and 34 seconds into a game against the Phoenix Suns. This stands as the fastest ejection in NBA history.
Foul on Rasheed Wallace with a little shove after the whistle. Ball don't lie, that's when you always yell. I don't know why he received a second technical for that.
Now, Rasheed Wallace was no stranger to technical fouls, and he holds the record for the most technical fouls in a single season. But this ejection was special. Wallace was known for his fiery demeanor and got into a heated argument with referee Mark Davis after a foul call. Davis didn't hesitate to toss him, and Wallace's night was over before it even began. Ejections are rare in the NBA, and getting tossed less than 2 minutes into a game requires a perfect storm of player temperament and sheer bad luck. Wallace's record is a testament to his unique ability to get under everyone's skin, including the refs. Before we talk about the next NBA record, let's discuss something just as important. You subscribing to the channel. By clicking the like and subscribe button, you are doing us a huge favor. But it's not just about us, it's about you too. Following our channel means you'll get constant NBA content multiple times per week. We have so much planned for you, and we are dying to share it all. So help us out and like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now, moving on. Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. On March 2nd, 1962, Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points in a single game for the Philadelphia Warriors against the New York Knicks. This remains the highest single-game scoring performance in NBA history. Chamberlain was a force of nature, and this game was the pinnacle of his dominance. He shot 36 of 63 from the field and 28 of 32 from the free throw line. The Warriors won 169-147 in a game that was as much a spectacle as it was a basketball contest.
Dunk artist lifts his Philadelphia Warriors from last place to second. As a 23-year-old rookie.
The modern NBA is more team-oriented, and defenses are far more sophisticated. While players like Devin Booker and Luka Doncic have come close, reaching 100 points would require a combination of individual brilliance, team cooperation, and a lack of defensive resistance that's almost impossible to replicate. Unless something crazy happens, we won't ever see someone surpass Wilt's incredible one-game feat. Klay Thompson with the most points in a single quarter. When it comes to scoring explosions, one quarter stands above the rest like a basketball Mount Olympus. The 37-point barrage by the Golden State Warriors' Klay Thompson in the third quarter against the Sacramento Kings on January 23rd, 2015.
Klay Thompson.
Klay walked onto the court after halftime like he was about to drop the hottest mixtape of all time, and boy did he deliver. In just 12 minutes, Klay went full flamethrower, hitting 13 of 13 shots, including 9 three-pointers, and scoring 37 points. That's more points than some entire teams score in a quarter. To put this in perspective, Klay's quarter was so dominant that he outscored the Kings 37-22 in that period alone. It was like watching NBA Jam with the guys on fire, except this was real life, and Klay was definitely on fire. The Warriors went on to win the game 126-101, but the real story was Klay's historic quarter, which set the NBA record for most points in a single quarter. Even more impressive, he did it all without a single dribble in the paint. Every bucket was either a catch-and-shoot jumper or a three-pointer. It was a masterclass in efficiency, and it cemented Klay Thompson as one of the most lethal shooters in NBA history. Could someone ever top Thompson's tough third quarter? Yeah, sure, maybe. But we don't know who would be the one to pull it off. Scott Skiles with 30 assists in a single game. On December 30th, 1990, Scott Skiles of the Orlando Magic dished out 30 assists in a single game against the Denver Nuggets. These days, there are many masters of the assists, such as Nikola Jokic or Chris Paul, but none of them have been able to topple Skiles' record. Skiles was a journeyman point guard, but on this night, he was a magician. He orchestrated the Magic's offense to perfection, leading them to a 155-116 blowout win. His 30 assists topped the previous record of 29 set by Kevin Porter in 1978.
I can't keep track of something like that during the course of the game. I just knew I had quite a few of them. So, I guess I own the record, but...
The modern NBA game is more focused on individual scoring, and teams rarely rely on a single playmaker to such an extreme degree. With the rise of positionless basketball and ball movement, it's unlikely any player will ever come close to 30 assists in a game. So we feel Scott Skiles' record is safe. AC Green and the Iron Man streak. AC Green played in 1,192 consecutive games from 1986 to 2001. The longest Ironman streak in NBA history. Green's streak is a testament to his durability, discipline, and luck. He played through injuries, illnesses, and grueling schedules without missing a single game. His streak spanned stints with the Lakers, Suns, Maverick, and Heat, and also went through 3 different decades. As we all know, today's players are more cautious about managing their health, and teams often rest their stars to prevent injuries. With the NBA's emphasis on load management, which we can all agree we don't like and we think is dumb, it's almost impossible to imagine anyone matching Green's streak. Manute Bol and Muggsy Bogues, the height extremes. At 7'7" and 5'3", Manute Bol and Muggsy Bogues hold the records for the tallest and shortest players in NBA history, respectively. They also share the record for the largest height difference between 2 players in a game at 28 inches. While we would love to see another duel like this in the modern NBA, it doesn't feel like it'll happen. Bol and Bogues faced each other multiple times during their careers, creating one of the most visually striking matchups in NBA history. Bol's shot-blocking prowess and Bogues' quickness and playmaking made them both effective in their own ways. The NBA has become more specialized, and players at the extreme ends of the height spectrum are rare. The longest game in NBA history. Back in January of 1951, basketball fans sat down for a fun and exciting game. What they ended up getting was an absolute marathon. The Indianapolis Olympians and the Rochester Royals played a 6-overtime game, the longest in NBA history. The Olympians won 75-73. Wow, that seems like a low-scoring game for 6 overtimes. And it also lasted 4 hours. This game was a grind, with both teams struggling to score in an era before the shot clock. The final score of 75-73 is a stark contrast to today's high-scoring games. The introduction of the shot clock in 1954 revolutionized the game, making such slow-scoring marathons a thing of the past. With modern rules and faster-paced play, it's unlikely we'll ever see a 6-overtime game again. Reggie Miller scores 8 points in 8.9 seconds. Now here is a moment we all grew up idolizing. Well, unless you're a New York Knicks fan. On May 7, 1995, Reggie Miller scored 8 points in 8.9 seconds to lead the Indiana Pacers to a stunning comeback victory over the Knicks in the playoffs. With the Pacers trailing by 6 points with under 20 seconds, Miller hit a 3-pointer, and then boom, stole the inbound pass, hit another 3, and then made 2 free throws to seal the win.
Reggie Miller scoring 8 points in the final 32 seconds.
It's one of the most iconic moments in NBA history. I'm pretty sure that's the one where he gave the choke sign to Spike Lee, and the one that lives on to this day. While guys like Damian Lillard and Trae Young have had clutch moments, Miller's combination of speed, precision, and sheer audacity makes this record nearly untouchable. And you know what? We want to keep it that way because it's one of our favorites. The most technical fouls in a season, Rasheed Wallace, again. Hello again, Rasheed Wallace. Welcome back to our list. Along with the fastest ejection, Wallace also holds the record for the most technical fouls in a single season with 41 during the 2000 to 2001 season. Wallace was a magnet for technical foul, often arguing with referees and earning ejections. His fiery personality made him a fan favorite, but a referee's nightmare. The NBA has cracked down on player-referee interactions, and technical fouls are now more costly. It's unlikely any player will ever match Wallace's level of, let's call it passion. The NBA is a league of legends, and these records are a testament to the incredible moments, personalities, and quirks that make it so special. From Rasheed Wallace's fiery ejections to Wilt Chamberlain's unfathomable 100-point game, these records are more than just numbers. They're iconic moments. And while some may never be broken, they'll always remind us why we love this game, because anything can happen. Thank you for joining us for our list of some of the NBA records that we believe will never be broken. Put in the comments below which one's your favorite. And just for the heck of it, drop in the comments below how much you don't like load management. As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you get the latest content right when it drops. Till then, we'll see you next time.